This is for my young people. Big Bill, running with our soul. I used to sell crack in the trap. Now I make music that beats 5,000 a track. Devils connect dust in the show. I go in my cocoon and reinvent myself.
To watch your back, to roll up the dagger. I move too fast, coming up the ladder. Greedy and needy, I'm destined to change it. I made it, now I'm blessed. The next generation.
I see the wings tonight in the sky, and I'm reaching high. We keep on winning. I'm living my expectation. This is my presentation. Next generation. To the next.
TheContrabands.com. Running with contrabands. TheContrabands.com. Running with contrabands.
Test, test, test. So, seems like we are good to go. Good to go. Hello, test, test, test. Good afternoon, everyone. Just doing some because we are working with some complicated system today, and the more we complicate things, harder it gets to deal with it. But we're not complicating because for the heck of it, except that we wanna make sure that everything is properly controlled, sound, background noises, everything. You know what I mean? Because the purpose of doing anything is to evolve from it, getting better by the day. And the trials that we go through should only be, the experiences we get and share with others as they themselves will go on their journey. and sharing the piece or something. Okay, so far I'm not sure. Test. Okay, I want to make sure all mics are. Am I hearing everything? Yeah. Hold up. Using a different mic. Okay, here. Make sure all is well. Am I hearing everything? Like sometimes I hear myself, sometimes I do not. This is such a powerful microphone, so if I even fart, you guys will hear. So excuse myself from the get go. Just a joke. I never fart. I'm not that human yet. All right, it's a beautiful Sunday afternoon, guys, and it is, as always, a pleasure to be able to be here. Thanks to all the creators of the open platforms. Also thanks priorly to the ancestors, for having brought us to this day or something. But the best, I wish I could share a song with you today from Bryan Adams. Here we are. You see? No, here I am, or here we are. You can even name it that. From Bryan Adams. I'll make sure to share the link so that you guys can, listen to the lyrics and enjoy the vibration of that song, because it is so fitting for the day. You see what I mean? Yes. So far, we don't want to get stricken by YouTube once more, because the thing is, for us, they are happy with the way, since we have taken them on, they never had any strikes, because we make sure to either create the song for them, because that's the thing with our clients. It's like we make sure to be able to provide whatever they may need to run a smooth platform on YouTube. You see, we provide them with music of their own and things like this if they ever need to, you see, or even guide them to where they can find. But we do our due diligence. We do our best for them to allow them to have a smooth transition and enjoy their journey with the platforms, something like this. And as we have hopped on YouTube, so we can mostly speak about YouTube, but of course, forgetting all the other awesome, wonderful platforms. All right, that are and that have yet to come. The thing is today, it's we're gonna, from then on, episode is 10.1. Let's make it 11 because we are still speaking from 0 point. You see what I mean? So that's why instead of moving to 11, we say, all right. So the thing is, we had a wonderful week. So regardless of all the noises and things going on around us and stuff like that, we still managed to remain positive and stuff like this. And we hope everyone is doing their best with what they have and what they know. So the thing is, basically, this morning, I kind of, started the day a bit late, and I had a few things to do, and also some clients to take care of, because we don't really have a day off like that, except we have to yell at ourselves at times. Okay, chill, take a moment. relax. And then that's why we love it when the lovers remind us that taking a moment to breathe and to meditate, to enjoy, to just ponder is not laziness. It is, still doing the work, you see. Because in the corporate, something like this, we tend to really run on the wheel like we're some type of lab rats or this, and we hate it when we have to, take care of self, like enjoy a moment or something like that. And I myself, even Muji, recently reminded me of something that, how would I say, as I was listening to one of his satsang and stuff like that, reminded that we can over do things, specifically over encourage people. You see, I mean, for real. You see, because it is true that I've been going so hard at the lovers, something like that. But for that, I want to apologize. You see, not that they need me to, because they do understand. You see, because many depend on the lovers. You see, so if we are just chilling, something like this, then we feel like the world is crumbling around us. You see what I'm saying? So, which is why I was like a bit tough, you see, with myself and every other lover. You see, on that same frequency, something, whether it was directly or indirectly, they still had to feel where I'm coming from, because we are on the same vibration anyway. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, like, once Muji reminded me of that, then I realized, okay, I need to stop giving 3-hour lectures. That's one thing. And then also I need to, stop acting so tough or something, having to be cursing and doing all of these nonsense, for respect for those who may not deserve to be hearing such words. But of course, to those I know they do, because they know it's just words or something, you know what I mean? And which is something that I myself had to accept, because I always had this. This is why everything I teach or talk about these days is literally things that I have had gone through myself. Because the thing surrounding me were everyone cursing and, for jokes, not even fighting, just for jokes. That's how they speak or something, whether it's school, work, whatever, wherever you go. So, and I will keep on going hating, like, oh, these people are stupid, I have to isolate, whatever. Instead, I started just laughing at it, and, because I realized, so long as I do not participate in the language, in such foul language or something, because even in the church, you always say, how could the same mouth that is praising the Most High is speaking in such way? And this I always took to heart. Really, I'm like, really, the Lord really does not deserve dirty mouths to be speaking his name or her name or something like that. So the thing is, like, but I say he's because through religion we were pros, of course, unless the sons are some type of retards. You see what I mean? Thinking, okay, if they praise mom, then I don't get praise. Nah, you are mom, you are from mom. You see what I'm saying? So saying she is also including the son. You see, even when we say he, we also include the mother, because there will not be he without she anyway. You see what I'm saying? So most of the time, we're on this platform as usual. Those who follow us from the get-go, they know that, we are indeed beyond this, not by say that per se, but indeed by understanding, of course. So, and also, with that being said, it's like we wanted to make sure to tell that, we are paying attention, we pay attention, we learn every day, and stuff like this, like we were saying, even accepting the curses and stuff like that. So to the point where now I've been cursed for a minute. Of course, those who know me would be like, what's wrong with him? Is he mad or something? Because especially my children, they may not get scared, but the minute I say a curse word, they get scared because daddy don't curse. You see what I'm saying? So it's like I kind of feel good too somehow because they're like once I had saved, and then the universe sees that, great mother sees that, and then now great brother is gonna test you again. Like, okay, you need to curse at this motherfuckers. You see what I mean? And then you're like, how come? You know, the same blah 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 blah, blah the same mouth. You know what I mean? I mean, you need to curse at these motherfuckers. Because you're not doing it because you want to curse. You're doing it because this is their language. This is the only language they understand. So that's how they wake up. If you be like, wake up, baby. Wake up, sweetie. Nah. Wake up. That's how they wake up. You see what I mean? So now you have to, again, reprogram yourself to start again or whatever. You know, because you realize with this, some people would say, okay, life is a game. Like, you know, God is a trickster, is a player. He plays with you and laugh at you, whatever. But in reality, though it is a game, like Alan Watts says, but it's not a trivial one. You see, I mean, it's just like playing the piano. Yet you have to, you know, do the hard work in order to learn how to and stuff like this and all of this. So once you understand what God or the Most High does or Great Mother does, then you will realize she's really not playing, except that she is molding you into who you truly are, which is someone who should not be fazed by anything outside, or whatever needs to be done shall be done, you see. So that's what it is. It's not about, oh, I'm too good for this or I'm too bad for this. It's you know, be what needs to be or something like that. You see what I mean? Because you are all of it anyway, you see. So that's why it really does not matter what it is that you do. What matters is why you do what you do in the eyes of Mother. So we had to learn these things, you know. Of course, sometimes we wish we found the books to teach that. To us, we think it would just about time. But of course, we are playing ourselves because that's not how we do it with the experience. The less book you read, the better. Yeah. Of course, some people will feel different, you know, with that. It does not change. Because there's different aspects of life, with different dimensions of life, right? So what works in this in certain dimension may not work in certain dimension. It's certain dimension. You see what I'm saying? What works in all dimension is the truth that I just said. You see, it is what it is. But of course, certain at work, what may work in spirituality may not work in the corporate world. You see what I mean, or something like this. But whatever works in you know what I mean? There's laws above laws. So the thing is, like, we want to make sure that it is a smooth transition today. What it is just, as you can see, the title is none other than a fresh start. A fresh start is what we are experiencing, and many people may be confused, which is something even the Quran, you know what I mean, you know, the great book, you know what I mean, even projected this, you know what I mean, saying that, you know, when the day comes, the last day or the day of judgment, remember every last is a new or something. So when the last day comes, some people will be in a drunken state or something like that. But of course, it could have been worse if there was not any awakened ones amongst us. That's why many people may think, oh, whatever. But things went through the hell, you see what I mean, leading to this day, and kept their humanity and kept their heart beating. And because of that, they held the hope, you see what I mean, with the loving vibration that they held through the hell. And those people may be the ones, you know, right now that think that they need to be healed, that they need this, they need that. And the ones that been, you know, serving without even knowing. And the ones you see that, you know, that right now may be in financial turmoil. Why? Because they were so focused on what matters, which is the collective, instead of themselves. And because of that, they are made to feel that, you know, they're losers, or, you know, how come, you know, they couldn't maintain themselves and sustain themselves. Right now they're feeling lost, they're feeling like they depend more or something. But to those, we want to say that without you, this day wouldn't have been. You see what I mean? And you must know that. Of course, it has to come from us because the corporate may not understand that. You see what I mean? And we cannot be mad at the corporate world either, because what the level of understanding they have is like you need money to change anything. You need money to live. You need money to do anything. Be able to understand how you're gonna just do anything, changing, giving new world, whatever, without using some form of money. But of course you use money. But what was that money? It was your own spirit, your own energy. See, because like Tesla would say, see everything as in a form of energy. Money is energy. And the paper, like we always teach, is only a medium, you know, mean of exchange of these energies. They are not the energy themselves. And this is what the corporate world need to integrate into their understanding in this day. Otherwise, of course, we're going to just relive the same nonsense once again. But we call it nonsense not because we are mad at it today, who we are today. So really, there's nothing to be mad at except to be thankful. It is a beautiful time indeed. So I believe it was Savan on Secret. Shout out to Secret Energy. Today I believe he's live, and because of my own platform, I couldn't be on the from today experiencing his message live. And last time he spoke, I believe it was about the Mamus or something like this. He reminded us that, you see, I'm trying to say all this, I forgot what I wanted to say. But he will come, you see. But Seven, I believe, we shared this, you know, something about the new day or something like that. You see, which is the same, you know, thing we think. You see what I mean? So the thing is, like many of those great young ones, or something, really, we are thankful for every one of you, because some people may not know how this day came about. You see what I mean? But of course, a few of us cannot help but know. You see, and then it is thanks to those, and we want to make sure to let you know. They are those indeed that are now in a financial turmoil. They may be deeply, you know, like feeling, you know, some sort of way. But of course, as you are feeling this way, there is a part of you we need you to focus on inside. That may be a very still feeling, you know, of contentment, of achievement, of. You don't understand why you're feeling that. It's, you know, it could be magnified more, ears to it, more than you pay to the detrimental thoughts or something like that. You see, and you are feeling this is because it is the part of you that knows, the part of you that know what it was doing, that know that, you know, I mean, you know, that literally knew what was going on. And why you had to do things the way you were doing things. Why you had to focus on the collective more than you focused on your own self, like creational wealth for your families, this, that, blah, blah, blah. Because you couldn't go that route. Not saying that those that were focused on that were wrong, because of whatever you feel needs to be done is what needs to be done. Because it's not the job of anyone to tell any other what they should be focusing on. Because we have a compass within us, every spirit, you know, knowing exactly what they need to do. Yes, indeed, sometimes, you know, reminder. But to some, a very few of us, a reminder may confuse even more, specifically if it's coming from one who is on the lower level or whatever. You see what I'm saying? But of course, we say lower level, higher level, blah, blah, blah. It is within the one. It's not in comparison like you think, but except that we are just saying it as it is. Not in a good or bad manner, you see? So, today, as we say, a fresh day, a fresh start, a new day, a new dawn, or whatever. we want to just share with you because if you are here on this time and you don't know what's going on, you feel lost, you feel this, you feel that, which is what the majority of us, of course, will feel. So we want to share with you the simple things that make a new day work better than it did prior to the day. So in a new day, we're gonna share not what's from the books because now it is new. So writing the new day. We are writing a new history. We are writing. So of course, the more we don't involve the past, the better. You see, that's why when we involve the past, we have to make sure it is the proper past. Meaning, because remember, we had miseducation, miss this, miss what needs to be remembered. You see what I mean? So this is why it is time for the pioneering, spirits to come to and stuff like this. And of course, we cannot leave it up to only the innovators of the scientific world or corporate world or something like that. Because like we say, not to belittle, the corporate is the lowest form of leadership. I mean, which is something that they know themselves. That's why some people will feel some type of way, but the only reason they feel some type of way is because they don't know. But of course, those who lead the corporate will understand this. You see, they know this. You see. So the thing is, takes thing into like, oh, you're trying to disrespect. No one can disrespect you more than you're disrespecting yourself. You have to remember that. You see, and by taking corporate above spirit, already disrespectful to who you are. Except that you don't know it. You see what I mean? So most of the time you may think we are trying to disrespect you. It's only we are reminding of who you are. You see what I'm saying? But I cannot worry about how you take it, except that you have to understand the pain that you feel is not what I do. It is using what I say to show you where you are lacking integrity. Just because I say I remember now, I forgot again. So forget, you know how it is. We will remember it again. But it was something, that hit me when they say it's like, yes, this is what we need to moment. The simple things, are easily gone and forgotten and stuff like that. But it's not forgotten, except that, like Tesla would say, I don't use my mental power to remember. That would be a waste of my mental power. As I was reading an interview they had with him in 1986 that the brother shared yesterday, and then he say, I felt so good when I read this interview, and I'm so grateful for having read it. Because I always feel bad. People make me feel bad for forgetting people's names, for forgetting this, for forgetting that. But Spirit always have to come through and give me some solace or something like this. Like, oh, don't feel bad. When you forget names, because you're not seeing them by their slave names. And they feel bad because they're stupid. You see what I mean? But whatever. You see, you're seeing that which is nameless, that which is timeless, that which is, you see what I mean, boundless or whatever. So, of course, you're not going to really remember if you restate or something like that. You know what I mean? But that's how I felt better or something. But I always excuse myself to those who may feel about that. Because most of the time it's not about, you don't excuse yourself or you don't say sorry or apologize because you're wrong. But you apologize sometimes. Keep the momentum loving. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is like basically for a new day. You see, it's very simple steps. Of course, many will complicate once again. This is what it is. You see, it's gonna be because certain minds are, the more you are into the mind, the more you're gonna complicate. You see, but the more you into the heart, the less you complicate the reality. You see what I mean? You are able to see it so much as one that you can't even define it in one word or sentence or whatever. That's why the more we move into the heart space, they will be able to, manifest uh, what we want to manifest or something or experience or whatever. So on this platform, we try to keep things simple. We try to say it in a way, even if you do not comprehend, but not be in the core of your being to the point where you have no choice but to transmute or transcend or, become what you heard or something. It's literally like deal with the basics of things, meaning bringing the nation together as one. Because you can't talk the currency situation or whatever, money, blah blah blah. It's after there is peace and togetherness, and we all agree as a nation, whatever. You see what I mean? And then we start saying, okay, how do we barter? You see what I'm saying? Like, which something that may come, naturally or whatever, without even having to meet for it. But of course, if we have to meet, we will meet and then say, okay, this is it, this is that. But of course, we already have certain solutions created, like we have cryptocurrency, which is seeking to replace the paperbacks and stuff like that or whatever. You see what I mean? But wanna know and make sure that is it really what suits the future, the way we want it, or something like that. But anyway, what power does it hold except what we give it? But of course, so long as we know what money is, we have learned from money is not the energy itself. Money is the medium of exchange for these energies. Then we should be okay with whatever we use as a money. You see what I'm saying? Because this is what's the most important thing is to understand money. To think in terms from a mindset of a money creator. Not a money chaser. We are not taking away from the money chasers. Like we said, sustain a society. The money chasers sustain society. They are the ones who really seek to hurt or through that. Because really, in reality, if we think we have something to say to anyone and it's important to say it, then we will make sure to address it directly. And if we don't say the name or something, you will know exactly that we are speaking to you. Not because we're gangsters, but because we have to be well with one another. You see what I'm saying? Something like that. Not out of hate, but once love. That's why love is powerful, because love is not gonna hide hands to throw rocks at him. He will come and smack you in the face, right in your face. What you gonna do about it? You see what I mean? That's just what it is. So that's why love is so beautiful, because it's like you always and who you dealing with. You don't have to second guess or whatever. But of course, many people who are still in that like non-trusting. We don't trust anyone, not even ourselves, whatever, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. We heard you, we understand you, we know where you're coming from. But of course, to those we say there is a better way of being. You see, a better world awaiting you. You see what I mean? But you have to give it a chance in order for it to work. You see what I mean? And which is why we say even what's going on today with the government and things like this, seeking to control this, whatever is going on with the virus, COVID-19 or whatever. So specifically, the thing is like to those who seek to, those that the majority would call conspiracy whatever's. You see what I mean? So we would say that, of course, we're not going to try to tame the conspirators. There may be a reason for them to be. Why? Because, of course, we are coming from dark waters. We're going to have certain dirt and debris and whatever, landing be around on us or something like that. So we must expect and really give ears to those that are saying, don't trust this, don't trust that, whatever. Because this is where we're coming from, where we couldn't trust our own government and we couldn't trust our own parents, our own this, that. For those that say, if we couldn't trust our parents, of course, makes you think we would have been able to trust the government. But it's a new day. It's just we have to take the new day just like a loving relationship, like an intimate relationship with a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a husband, and a wife. Yes, you may have been a widow or something like this, But if you are divorced being or whatever, coming from a relationship, a long-lasting relationship, but you will not help yourself to come into the new relationship with the same sickness of the old. This is the thing with life. You have to completely either trust it or distrust it, but you cannot be both. You see what I'm saying? Otherwise, you end up playing yourself. You see, because the mind, in order to create what it needs to create, or something like that, there must be a focus. The focus cannot be biased. It has to be one pointed focus. Either you are trusting society or you are not. You see? So that's why it's important that we learn that. That we know that from today, from now, from the new day, the new dawn, we understand where you're coming from. You couldn't trust, you couldn't this. That's why to those I'm saying, not saying that the government should be trusted. I'm just saying that you should trust yourself, you see, in what your spirit is telling you. You see what I mean? Because most of the time, when we do not trust people, we end up causing them to play us, you see. But if in the first place we trusted, then of course, they have to deliver as your mind or heart held the expectation. You see what I'm saying? Because in the end, once you expect it, then whatever, most of the time you're like, I don't want to get played, but you've been played all over the world, all around you, in that state of mind that I don't want to get played. You see what I mean? So it has not served you anyway. So now don't worry about getting played. Because in reality, when you get played by trusting, the one who played you played themselves more than they played the trustee. You see what I mean? Or the trustor, or whatever. You see what I'm saying? So how do we deal with the situation now with the government telling us, okay, we need to take this matter into consideration, and even having a lockdown on the nation and this and that, trying to maintain the virus from spreading or whatever, this and that. So the thing is like whether there is a virus or there is no virus, then there's certain things we're gonna have to just that knew me growing up, that are doctors today. You see what I mean? When I asked them, corporate world, kind of ridiculize and get mad at us for that, but we're not mad at them, because this is why we say it's the lowest form. We had to say that because we know they hold a very loud voice in the old days and stuff like that, which may not serve us in the new. So that's why they forced me into saying these things, knowing exactly what I was gonna get out of them from that. But I'm not doing it against them, except that I'm doing it also for them. You see what I mean? So the thing is like basically, we have to think in ways that the egos that are big among us, will not feel comfortable into doing such things again, like by needing to billions of life in order to get billions of dollars for themselves or whatever, which is something that they may not even need, really, because that's complicated. You see what I mean? That you need billions of dollars to live. You see what I'm saying? You are really far away from who you are to think in such things. Because life is really not about look what I can do. Life is not about I'm rich, or look where I live, or what I'm driving, or none of that. See, the more retarded we become, the more stupid for us. The more those nonsense will be more important or whatever. But just because we say they are does not mean they are truly are. They truly are. So that's why everything I say, whatever, I understand it, there's going to be backlash or whatever, this and that, blah, 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 but I'm not surprised. It's only what I expected. That's why just because I say it in that time doesn't mean that's when I got it. I only say it now because this is the time that, I cannot wait any longer. Because time does not wait for anyone. Serious, I was afraid of the backlash. Nobody likes to be ridiculed. Nobody likes to be. That's why it takes, very, balls to stand in a time ahead of the time. You see what I'm saying? And this is why we say shout out to Bryan Adams. That we were inspired by his song. Spirit just whispered the song to our ears this morning, and we realize how the title today, Fresh Start. You see what I mean? It's a new world. It's a new life. It's a life beneath and beyond heart. It's a new way. It's a new earth, and it's waiting for you. Here I am. New life. It's a life written beneath and beyond. It's a new way. It's a new earth, and it's waiting for me. Here I am. So that's what it is. Beautiful song, beautiful lyrics. Of course, Ryan Adams was ahead of his time. You see what I mean? So shout out to him. So the thing, we really wish we could have played this song at the end of the podcast, or the beginning, or even doing. But like we say, we don't want to get stricken. But we need artists to understand this, and you see what I mean? Of course, with the new open platform, before he may have worked for it, this is literally a parenthesis, of course. It may have worked because of the hard work it took to bring one song about. Paying the studio time, paying this, paying distributor, whatever. It was a hassle to bring a song about, in the old world. But now that we have simplified things, you see, with the new gadgets, like, anybody can just create their own song and post it without this again. So of course we need to reconsider the rights we hold on the songs, of course, because you see, like, I really don't see an issue with me having to play a song that I like. You see, it is a public song for someone to enjoy. You see what I mean? Like I said, I understand why it had to be this way, the copyright thing before. But as time changed, there has to be some changes into the codes and things like this. So, you know what I mean? Giving more freedom to things as we are becoming as human beings. You see what I mean? Because I really feel like it doesn't help Bryan Adams, it doesn't help the world, it doesn't help YouTube, it doesn't help me, it doesn't help the audience, it doesn't help anyone when we cannot play a song that fits so well into what we are talking about, just because, of some code of the past or whatever. You see what I mean? But, like we say, it's not time, to worry about that now. You see what I mean? But it's something that we should keep in the back of our minds, because really it does not take away from the song if we play it in the podcast or whatever we are doing or something like that. You see what I mean? Except that it brings the heart together. So shout out to all the artists and the copyright departments and stuff like this who kept us safe as artists. So that people don't take advantage of our hard works or something like that. So, it's not that we don't take away from that, but we're just saying it is a new day. Okay. So, with that being said, it's like, to go back to what we were talking about, it's like, it's, the government literally is trying to do their best into bringing. Of course, we understand, things are, it's very dark, it's 30s, they start like politics, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I get it. But the thing is, what is dirty is not the system itself. It is, it's the beings, like we all are to some degree. So that's why it's so important that we fix our hearts, you see what I mean, moving forward. Because a system may be beautiful, just like the ecosystem itself, really is a beautiful ecosystem. Yet the human being, with the free will, the gift, which is also the curse, you see what I mean, come in and turn it into something else. You see what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. You see, like government, it's hierarchy, all of these things, it's something natural to existence. You see what I mean? But of course, the ancestors, did a great job. We cannot take away anything from them with these constitutions and these codes and you call them treaties and whatever. So they were done by gods, literally. You see what I mean? or something like this. Specifically, the treaty, of peace and friendship, and also the Constitution for the United States of the Americas, or something like that. You see what I mean? So they are work of art. They're not stupid, contracts whatsoever. But if we are stupid, once stupid touch something great, it turns it to something stupid. The system itself is bulletproof, it's beautiful. This is what has kept us sane and together, regardless of how retarded we may have been. You see what I mean? So we have to understand it is us that needs to evolve, not those contracts themselves. You see what I mean? That's why you see we try to think in new thoughts and speak new codes and whatever. But everything gotta be new. You see what I'm saying? Because we should not seek to create something that we were running away from. Otherwise, that's what you call running in a circle. But we have on a spiral instead. You see what I mean? For the time being. You see what I mean? So the thing is like somehow. Yes, like we were saying, is that we have to work with government, of course, because they are the one trusted with our resources, whatever that may be. It could be our spirits, our spirits is by us, of course, but what we mean is like our avatars and stuff like that. With the avatar is not, except that it is just a projection of the mind, which is a tool of spirit. You see what I'm saying? So it's all about spirit anyway. So of course the resources, the energies. When you say in charge of our energies and stuff like this, it also includes our spirit. All energies is from the spirit anyway. You see what I'm saying? So they are in charge for that, and they are chosen to be. And of course, the ancestors already left the book, that the codes that they go by, so that both the governed and the governing bodies, you see what I mean, can coexist as they should, like that. So the best thing is not to create chaos for no reason, you see what I mean, except that we comply and we do what needs to be done. And if there is anything, if they were in the wrong, so what do we have to worry about? Except that now we learn, so they will learn that, of course, you see, we can trust you. We need you to go and do the work with yourself and evolve and go sit in some young ones that are speaking spirituality and learn a few things before you can come back to the seat of power, because of you're not fitting yet or whatever. But before we can do that, we have to be, fully sure. We have to be convinced that, you see what I mean? But so far, you may see that some may be sure and some are not. You see what I mean? And if some are and some are not, then that's confusion. We cannot create from confusion. We have to be sure. And to be sure, there has to be sacrifices. And the sacrifice is to just trust fully. And then if they fail you, like it said, if they failed you, you see? So in reality, you see what I'm saying? Fail to show you what they are capable of, show you that they are capable of, of governing and whatever, this and that, but they failed. So that's what the word means, you see what I'm saying? But first, you have to allow them to show that. I have to see everyone on the same page. You see what I'm saying? Like if some are saying vaccines are good, some are saying vaccines are bad, it may not be in my best interest in anyone to dictate what should go from here, from that. You see, who should you trust? You see? So except who you deem to be experts. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it is. And then once, if the experts fail you, or whatever, then you will, like we say, we are aware that, there's money, this and that. Like I said, this is why we say what we say, the way we say what we say. Not that important. Money is just a medium. That's what we're doing. by saying these words. We're trying to make sure to take away everything that could cause someone to such low vibration to need to destroy many lives in order to gain a little dollar for themselves. And what does that mean in reality? Except it's so fucked. You see what I mean? So, what it is like moving forward, myself, since I cannot force you anyway, but everyone has a voice, and my voice itself is to say that, okay, if we want things to go and trusting each other, so that's the chaos in itself, because you don't even know what's to come out of that. But there's another form of chaos, where everybody's killing each other and whatever, blah, 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 this and that, which you can do for yourselves, but I cannot bring that about because this is not the way things are done. So the thing is like, basically, my voice is to say to you that we should trust one another. Okay, if you are not sure, if you're not an expert, you can choose to go with the voice of those who don't know what they're talking about, per se, or allegedly. Why? Because we know that sometimes you may say you don't know, but you know, because there was a voice inside you that knew. So that's why you see it's the chaos. You don't know if you should trust, but you trust nonetheless. That's jumping off the cliff that you're always calling for in the corporate world. That's to trust and jump. That's what that is. That's where you come and put that into practice, you see, because it's just part of life, or having faith in yourself and in your world and stuff like that. You see what I mean? If you truly believe in that, then we call you to that moment now. So the thing is like somehow that's basically what that is, and where we heard that that's what it is. Whatever, you guys know best. You see what I mean? So whatever it is, we are open, and we literally babies, so we're just trusting our parents, trusting the day, because we have no other choice. We do have other choices, but because this is what we choose to. We choose to trust. You see what I mean? Once more. So now, except that we are giving a trust consciously instead of just robotically. See what I'm saying? So like if Sadhguru would say, you see, you can do whatever you want, do as thy will, the maxim of law indeed, but you must do so consciously. You see what I mean? Meaning you cannot blame it on the devil, you can't blame it on God, you can't blame it on the government, you can do it except that, you are in control, you are in charge. You have to do it consciously, therefore you can blame anyone. If it's a good thing, then you will make money most of the time. But this is worse of a virus than COVID-19, to tell you the truth. When you think it should come from a money chaser or money maker, see, that's a virus in itself, and that's something that needs to be healed before about building a new world, because we cannot take this into the new. This mindset, it's too retarded, it's too slow, it's too stupid, it's too backwards, or something. You see what I'm saying? So the thing basically is somehow what would we say? What we literally wanted to talk is giving a few more pointers and stuff like that. And of course, there is something we wanted to share with you, but we may not need to, or something like this. But we want to make sure to share what is a better human being. Like many of us say that, we are evolving beyond the heart and whatever this and that, blah, blah, blah. You see, which is, we're not saying it is true or not, but it is of course our wish for humanity to go beyond the heart space, through the heart space. And that's what the time calls for. We must vibrate beyond the three lower realms, you see what I'm saying, based on survival, or something like that. So, onto the ladder of evolution, so shall you go down back to the lower realms and be a better human being by creating a better experience or something like that. So what have we gathered from going up the ladder of evolution and coming back to be a better version of ourselves? What we gather is things that are simple, things that people may overlook. You see what I mean? But we are going to speak from a perspective of self, basically. It can be more potent. Because when you speak, when it's time for being, now we learn that, okay, we used to worship God, we study what God is and so whatever. Except God told us from those studies that you are the children of God, something like this, thereby God's in the making. So, of course, God's in the making somehow once you meet God, meaning go into the heart, which is the chamber where man meets God. You meet your mother, you meet your father and stuff like this. And of course, the best now is time to become, the parents or something like this, the mothers and fathers realization or something like that. So the thing is like, once you do that now, it's what is I guarded myself as a human being, which is something that most will overlook, like I said. You see, because our minds are so far away from ourselves that we have everything we think about, we cannot think about them except from a monetary perspective. You see, we literally have become a bunch of, peasants, slaves, and, stupid monkeys in reality. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, we. So no one should get mad if I'm not mad myself. So the thing is like, what I've gathered of is that going up the ladder of evolution and coming back to be a better human being or something like that is that, like I said, simple to the point of, let's say I'm walking down the streets, you see, walking down the streets and for some new season, like we are going in the new year, new day too, of course, year zero, day zero. The zero, shout out to the zero, the nothing ones. So the thing is like basically I am myself being the one to, let's say, in times like this, you will be like, the body will create a lot of mucus due to, you get to spit more than usual or something in the new year or something. Spit in the dirt areas or on the side of the streets more than I would spit on the pathways. That's, you see, to some easy talking about, but to some they get it. That's being a better human being. Why? Because you are thinking for the collective. Many people are walking and some their shoes off and going into their homes. So when you spit into the streets, you literally acting like a zombie, like a dead brain. Why? Because you may pass the same street again and then you go and step on that because you're busy, you're not thinking about it, you're living mindlessly. You see, a better human being as you go beyond the heart, it's not how much money you got. Like, let's say the wind throw a garbage can in the middle of the street. Sometimes I do it, and if I don't, well, sometimes I do it and I do it consciously, take it off, leaving the example, those who do it just to show them I'm human, you know what I mean? You see? But the thing is, I just do because I felt like he would be disrespectful to everyone around me. So that's being a better human being, a conscious being. And you see what I mean? So that's the thing. Like, that's why I see and understand why some would say, oh, I will know me. Because as you're meeting God, God may not like, the children to be farting in his face or something like this. But of course, for the demons among us, or meaning demons not bad or good, those that are not fully developed yet as gods and stuff like this, they may see that, oh, that's not freedom, I'm sure be free to fart, whatever. You see what I mean? Because that's that the demons do or something. They think, they have their own understanding of freedom. You see what I'm saying? Because within them is the potential of the free being as well. Except that they are not developed enough to be free yet. You see what I'm saying? Which is obvious. But the being that is to be free is the one that anyone feel comfortable, whether it's the one who's comfortable farting in people's faces, or the one who don't want to be farted on, or something like this. You see, that's the whoever it is that comes, the full being or the circle, the half circle, is regardless. Meaning, okay, you fart, I understand who you are, you're a demon, you're half human or something like this, so of course you're gonna do these things, except that now I need a screen between me and you. Not because I'm better than you, but except that certain things I may not need to experience from you. But you know what I'm talking about. So the thing is, like, we're not so much with father or whatever, because like myself, like I said, I had my son who had this issue, in his stomach, and like we say, it's not about changing him. Yes, I did do the due diligence and the proper work on him so that the farts don't smell. They don't smell anymore, but he cannot help but having the fart issues. It's something human, some fart more than others. Why are we talking about fart? We're gonna know. So the thing is, like, what it is, I had to train myself to accept that it is human, for the something this and that. Even if I don't fart, doesn't mean I don't. It means like I managed to train myself to, not, before I get to that point, I had to always mute the either don't come or come silently. You see what I'm saying? Like, if it's what I'm eating that's creating the gas and whatever, then I have to release. Keeping it in sometimes give me certain pain in the abdominal area that I may not need to deal with or something like this. So of course, if I don't want the gas, less things I may create the need for that gas to be a byproduct of that. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, like, I realized, okay, it felt like saying sorry every time you fart, whatever. But I realized, okay, some laugh, some okay with it, some, that's what I'm saying, okay with it, then I should be okay with it too. That's how I think. So I think it's a problem only if everyone's saying the same, you see? So once it's a matter of perspective, then I need to change my perspective. Investigate. So we investigate, you see what I mean, and do the proper diligence. And then so that we can come with a proper solution, a proper conclusion, and stuff like this. But going left and right, jumping back and forth, or it's good, it's no good, then we're only creating confusion. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it is, matter of perspective. And as a matter of perspective, all you have to do is to change, you see? But if it is what is, tangible, what is factual, what is 100% true, there's no matter of perspective. It is what it is. You accept it or leave it. You see, that's what it is. And this is the type of man I am, I'm a father. That's why sometimes people may say, oh, I like you to do. No. When it comes to certain things, if I know there's no changing it, you're not going to be able to convince me otherwise. That's just the way. I will not care about how you feel whatsoever. Not because I'm not feeling you, but I cannot move with how you feel right now. Because there's no harmony within your mind and your heart at the moment, and I'm aware of that. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it is. That's why it's, me being anyone's whatever, if you're not capable, you will feel like it's too much to deal with. Because, I don't choose to be this way, except that that's the way it is. You see what I'm saying? Because I move with facts, that's just how I am. I'm not convinced, I don't see the facts, it's hard for me to move. You see, I'm not gonna get played, or whatever. That's just, and I'm not even thinking about it. It's just what it is. You see? So it's like, that's why you see it's a matter of perspective, you see? So that's why, and of course, that means there's work to be done. You see what I mean? We need to change that perspective, you see? So, what else would we say? So yes, a better human being, a new day. Before we can even think about what the chosen currency or chosen, medium of exchange is. You see what I'm saying? We know the difference between. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, like, somehow we have to continue with the better human being, because many of us may overlook this type and continue to be toxic with one another. You have to understand that for the baby to be developed, it has to be developed in the water in the sac. You know, it's not a toxic water. You see what I mean? Because only some deformed or some mutated genes or things can develop from a toxic water, which is something that we were and we are changing from. You see what I mean? So we have to make sure the waters are clean and stuff like that. Yeah, see, for the new birth to be birthed. And toxicities from within each of us, which is something not trusting. Like I said, it's something that is toxic. So of course we can only give birth to a toxified earth. So we have to learn to trust. You see what I mean? And trust me, you never lose when you trust. Those who lose your trust, like we say, lose your trust, lost something. But you know, what have you lost? Nothing. What have you gained? That fact that you cannot trust is whatever. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it is. So of course, if trust is something enough in the new world, we have to be able to trust one another. Whether the husband trusting the wife, the children trusting children, the constituents trusting the governments, and whatever, for the sake of a new day. You see what I'm saying? And stuff like that. But we are not in it. When we say trust, it's a two-way street. You see what I mean? Of course, if the parents must in turn trust the children. Has a reason not to trust the people, because the people have proven to be retarded, so low vibrating and stuff like that, and which can only be governed by low vibrating monkeys like themselves. You see what I'm saying? So it's a mirror situation. See, but if we change ourselves, then of course only the best among us can govern us. You see what I mean? It starts with self. You see what I'm saying? The thing is like, because sometimes, like we say, beautiful people come into the forces, beautiful people come into governments, really caring about people, wanting to bring change. And I'm aware of many of those people, whether through religion or friends of mine who are deputies, friends of mine who were candidates or potential candidates for presidency. They were really beautiful hearts, you see what I'm saying? And I knew they wanted change. But the thing with me is that the naivety they had, you see, thinking that they needed to be part of a government to bring change, when the government in itself was not, the ground for honesty, the ground for anything beautiful, see? So of course it's gonna take something beautiful and change it to something demonic or something like this. That's why most of the beautiful hearts that come into government, something like this, they end up being killed or changed to something else. See what I'm saying? So that's what it is. That's why, it's something that everyone must do, that self-work. It starts and you will gravitate towards government. You see what I'm saying? But what is government except that is, in seats of power of the peasants, of the constituents, going to school and whatever, blah, 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 and taking on the roles, filling the seats, or something like all is one in reality, you see? So, and of course, with that, also we have to understand duration for a new day. That's if not the best thing. You see, like that's the main thing. To understand that everything. You see, otherwise, if that is not prior, even before trusting, you see, that of course is gonna be toxic. You see, so that's why we have to understand the new. Like how to create, balance waters and stuff like this. Waters, 7.2 whatever scale of alkalinity. You see what I'm saying? So, you see, so to go back to being a better human being, this is what we've been doing. You see what I mean? Like many may have looked down on us thinking like, oh, what is this guy's doing, whatever. You see what I mean? But that's what it is. That's living by example, and that's the only thing I see that you need to know. You know, that's the only thing I see that we need to be. We need to share. You see what I'm saying? Like words are coming from the heart of a human being that vibrates in that manner. So the thing is like basically, if we were already programmed to be such human being, like I say I do on the streets of something like this, then of course with the virus, we will have less to worry about. Like right now, one of the ways to deal with the virus is when you come home, you take off your shoes because you know monkeys spit everywhere. They're not mindless. You see. So of course, someone step on it, and the germs are there, and whatever virus also is there, and then come and step in the home and then spread that all around, and babies even the babies crawling all over the place, picking up these viruses, and do you see how simple thing? And as human being, that's why it's so dangerous for a human being to have such an avatar and not have the proper mentality to go with it. It's because I'm sure you can see the scenario. You see what I'm saying? Because so that's the thing. You see, like many of us, we lead with love, we lead with the heart, whatever. But we have to understand love and what that means. That's why many people may is not unconditional. Love is this, love is that. Like even Sadhguru would say, love is not neither conditional nor unconditional. Love is love. Conditions are something else, which is so true. You see what I mean? The thing is like basically, what it is just that's love, because love is to be so compassionate. You don't think only of yourself. It's even to that degree. You see, to the smallest degree where you spit, where you choose to spit on the street, you're thinking about others stepping on it, not only you. And this is why even the dogs, you see, I work with dogs at times, or I walk with dogs, or something like this, and then they poop, would always pick that up. Why? Because I want to put the example, unless, of course, you see, it's liquid, whatever, then maybe if there's dirt around, because we live in concrete cities and stuff like this, if there's no dirt, then maybe I'll put something over, or, you know, or something. You see, I try to do something. And unless, you know, there's nothing to be done, then, you know, there's nothing to be done, which is not always the case. But when the dogs will poop on the dirt, then I may leave it there, unless there's a sign saying that do not leave this or that, whatever, to that. But I will leave it there because I understand that, you know, the poop is a fertilizer for the earth. You see what I'm saying? So I don't see an issue so long as no one is not gonna go to that little square where the tree is and stuff like that with food for the ground or whatever. So I would leave it. You see, that's being conscious, and that's most things people may not think that it does matter. You see what I mean? The simplest of things is what makes a better world. You see, it's not whatever else we're thinking. Like the better car, or the better this, all this really truly does not matter. As you can see, the world, the more we create, the more closer we get to the edge, to extinction, or something like this. And like the movies show us best, like the movie with Will Smith, I Am Legend, you will see all the beautiful cars. It doesn't matter if it's a Tesla, if it's a Lamborghini. That's why, you know, most of the time when we say something, we ask people to, before you even say something about what we say, though we cherish, we understand, we revere, we welcome whatever comments or whatever. But when it comes to us and you have something to say, we ask you and beg you to think twice. You see, because though we may understand where you're coming from, at the same time we may understand the ramifications of your thoughts as well. Because not every word needs anything else being said after that. You see what I'm saying? Some words, you know, once it is spoken, it is the end of it. You see? So the thing is like, if you feel the need to regurgitate whatever else you know or say over it because that's how you've been moving, you don't listen, you just want to we turn the words so that people know you know how to speak or whatever, then what will happen is that you're gonna cause those who may not know better to be confused as to what's being said, even if that was the very thing needed, for the moment. See, that's why to be free is not to speak your mouth all the time, to know also when, you see, and how even sometimes, and that is wisdom, and it is all over. So now what does that mean? There will be more confusion because the spirit in the subconscious does not really know exactly what is factual, what is not, or whatever, blah, 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 except that you understand if your conscious says that it is, then it's going to move with that and create a reality with that. So that's when wisdom itself, because since you are time, then therefore you should always be ahead of time. You see what I'm saying? Because if it's the age of knowledge, you have to be equipped with understanding of the knowledge. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself in the moment where you don't know who to trust, like we are saying to each other, and you will not know who to listen to or who not to listen to, and even where to put your energy to. You see, because everybody's giving you pointers, and you listen to this, listen to that. Everybody's giving you their own opinion and creating chaos in your mind as they go. So this is why it's very important to understand that really it's not knowledge that you should seek, because knowledge is only to create something better than what was. You see what I'm saying? Everything has to be done for a reason, you see. So the thing is like basically, of course, if we are coming from the age of darkness or whatever, and yes, the ego will feel the need to prove that, look, I know, whatever. That may be what we're feeling, like talking. You see what I mean? But the thing is like, for certain egos among us who seek to tame that, like, oh, it's always talk, show me the action or whatever, blah, blah, blah. They are not wrong. But at the same time, they are coming from a demonic level of being. Because in reality, it's not taught that you should words are supported. You see what I mean? And literally changing minds, you see what I mean, and stuff like that, with their words. Should we tame this type? Of course not. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, we do understand where those are coming from with saying talk, whatever. There is a who need that, of course. But at the same time, as you are bringing it about, someone is also checking you out. Make what you say does not go beyond where it needs to go. You see what I'm saying? So it's not always yes or no, black and white, or I say that, but there's a center, you see, also. You feel me? There's a gray area or something like that. So, I don't know if anything else is said or someone needs, but that is the message for today. Except that we wanted to make sure that we let you know what it is, how we're dealing with the time, and whatever. Because for every new day, for every dying world is the birthing of a new, because death is only an energy or something like that, a point in time, you see. So the thing is like, what it is, but I believe that's what Seven was saying. Well, let me say it for you before I forget. It's like, I forgot. So, the thing is, yeah, you see what I mean? Stop laughing stuff, you know what I mean? We all forget. That's what made me feel better yesterday when he said usually, it is. I don't waste my brain capacity simply for remembering things, you see, because that's something that the people love. It's not the greatest, capacity of the mind. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is like dying world, yes, focusing on it's what you choose to focus on. You see what I mean? Like right now, some may be worrying about, oh, the end of the world. At the same time, some are focusing on, oh, a new beginning or something like that. It is up to you to look wherever. You see what I mean? So the thing is, that's really what Stephen was talking about, I believe. You see? So, but I quickly said it before I forgot. So the thing is like, and it's true, because you see, as you can choose to focus on whatever you want, but it is your choice. And this is why perspective is it's a matter of changing that. The minute that you change your perspective, the very thing that you look at change. End of the world, and then now you are aware of it with end is a new beginning. Then of course it takes you to do consciously a change of mind, and then for the new instead of the dying world, something like that. So the thing is like once you do that, you change the way you look at a thing, and the very thing you look at change. And then beyond that is what is happening, like we say. We are doing this retrospect of what's already been said, except that we, so that we may conclude and make sure that we do not leave anything off. And as you can see, it's a very smooth transition. It is simple because we take, the matter into consideration that may have been tough. But obviously there was a reason for it. Why? Because too many monkeys talking. Too many people feel like they need to say something, so we have to make sure to tame that for everyone's good, for our own good. You see, because that's why, like Mother teach, it's not about not cursing. Fuck that. You do as you see fit. You see what I mean? If that's what's gonna get you the result, you do trust that. You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing. See, you have to just do as you need to. It's not about reputation in reality, because to me that's what it was about. My reputation as a Muslim or whatever. Cursing, oh no. You see what I mean? I don't do that. I'm better than that. You see what I mean? The mother is not feeling that. You see what I mean? It's like, what the fuck you talking about, nigga? Forgive my French. So that's the thing. You see, it wasn't about your reputation. You see, if you build that and you thought, okay, you have to work on yourself, taming your tongue. Yes, what you got out of that is not the taming of the tongue. What you got out of that is the power that you can tame your tongue. You see, just because society is cursing at each other, then you have to follow. You may be the difference among the men. You see what I'm saying? But it's not that curse is bad or whatever. It is what it is. Words, you see. So that's what it is. And that takes us back to the virus. It's the virus, whether it is a virus or not a virus. It is a virus. Why is it a virus? It may be a virus because it's a virus based on what viruses are. But even if it is not a biological virus, it can be a virus. Why? Because we said it's a virus. You see what I'm saying? And that's the power of the mind, the power of words. So that's why once you deal, whatever, doesn't matter if it's true or not, the minute that you accept it as a reality, then it becomes a reality. And this is why the best thing I see that I could share, that's why obviously you see I try to tame my tongue, I don't speak, and there's nothing for me to say. You see what I mean? Because my job is not to create chaos in your mind any further, except that giving you enough time to think and see where things like this. You need to listen to your own voice at this moment. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is like basically, but of course, if you call out for my name, you call out for those, who want to help and who are helping themselves and who are at peace with themselves and stuff like this. Their job is to answer to that call and then give you the answers of what you're looking for. But the answer is not going to be whatever you may think. It's only pointing at your own powers. You see, how you can bring yourself to that stillness or whatever. And this is why instead of me running my mouth all over the place acting like I know everything, even though some may think this is who I am, but not action. They only say so because they feel like that about me. But that's not because I say that. because my actions dictate that I would share everyone's work. I would share Savant, I would share Sister Osset, I would share Muji, I would share Sadhguru, I would share everyone, and I do this consciously. Why? Because I understand how people may perceive me, and I don't want to be perceived that way. So this is why I make sure to allow others' voices more than my own. You see what I mean? And some, like the corporate world, may think I'm stupid, of course. And they are not wrong. You see, because it's true that it is a stupid thing to do. But what may be stupid in the corporate world may be the best thing. You see what I'm saying? So, the thing is like basically, you see, that's why for a reason. You see? So, the thing is like, and that's part of being a better human being, is to put yourself and your own voice, aside and giving voice, so long as you deem that voice worthy. You see, of course. You're not just gonna share because you wanna prove that you're a human being. You make sure to share something better. You see what I mean? Because when I share this, of course, it's because it is said better than I could ever say it. Sadhguru, same. Savant, same. Sister Osset, same. Whatever. No matter of place, the right place at the right time. You see what I mean? So it's a matter of prioritizing the energies and the time and stuff like that. You see, it's not belittling anything. You see? So that's why we want everyone to understand. You see? So the thing is like, that's basically it. I believe we have done the work. Whatever, we have said what needs to be said. And this is just what it is. I hope, I've seen and I listened to most, and to whoever I had the time to, and sharing their understanding, sharing their expertise and their advice for the time. And of course, if there is a virus biologically or whatever, to that degree. You see? So they will do things because they think that's freedom. You can use your right hand, left hand, do whatever, no hierarchy, it's chaos, other chaos, whatever. You see, you have to be balanced within yourself, in your being. The simple part of you is balanced. There's a switch in you. And then once you are that structure, and then wherever you go in life, whether in government, this and that same may reflect. You see? So that's thinking for the collective, thinking about others. You see, that's what it is. And sometimes you might find people sneeze, and without being taught, I always sneeze in my arm or in my left. And sometimes you may sneeze, and then something was in your left hand, and then you sneeze, and you see, it may happen that you may sneeze in your right, but it's not something conscious, something that has happened. You're conscious of it and wash that hand. But I realize some people just sneeze in their hands, maybe both hands, and then just come and shake someone else's. That's a zombie. That's a dead person. Like the new term, I believe, is a bot or whatever you guys call that. That's what that is. Yes, it's a human being, but the mental capacity is not matching the avatar. You see what I'm saying? So for a better world to match and understand what it is to be a human being, not to a degree of how much money or what car or whatever, but that everyone is safe around you. You see? Like you understand who you are. You understand the part of you that need not be shared. See, like your germs or this or that. You truly don't need to share that. Except the good genes or the good bacteria, maybe when kissing and swallowing each other's salivas or something like this, or eating each other's butts. Maybe, you see, choosing to do that, and we choose to, consume these things. Human beings are very nasty, whatever. So that's what it is, guys. So the thing is like, you see, so it's the washing of the hands, and and by now, like I do, when you spit, try not to spit on the main road, because I see most people like, why do you put your head down when you walk? because I'm aware that some people don't care. Like they will drop things, whatever, in the middle of the streets because they're dead. And it's not their fault. They're literally thinking about the next meal or paying their bills or whatever. So they lost into their minds. So they lie fully. So for those that I have to think for them and myself. You see what I'm saying? So it also keep that virus at bay if we mindfully spit in the dirt where the dirt may consume that and it will not get under no one else's shoes or something like that. You see? Because even the spitting, the children sometimes they fall because they go with mucus, they're running on the street, they come and enjoying themselves and I find they fall or their bikes fall and may break an arm. And then what tripped them is somebody spit on the street that was so thick and whatever. You see what I mean? That's mindless being. And rulers of spirituality to understand these simple things are very crucial to the survival of a human being or even for the birthing of something like that. More than anything they may be thinking about, like planetary alignments, nonsense, whatever. You see what I'm saying? From the basics of things. You see what I mean? In the beginning, the basics matter more than the complexities. Of course, we want to show how complex our minds are and things like this. We're going to go for the highest while disrespecting something like that. That's why we end up making a fool of ourselves. Why? Because you cannot build the second floor without putting the foundation first. Unless you're just going to look up and watch it fall over your head. You see what I'm saying? It's all important. That's also part of maintaining a virus or something like that. And what it is when sneezing or coughing, that's why most people would say, okay, the mask is not necessary. But I understand that I do not wear that myself. But the reason I see it may be necessary because not all human beings understand that when they sneeze, they need not to spread the germs. They have to stick to nature. Either sneezing in their hands if they want to, whatever, so long as they keep their hands to themselves or something like that and not try no one. You see, be conscious of that. You know, but I do understand some human beings literally do it consciously too. They're like, yeah, let me spread some germs to these motherfuckers. That's demonic, you see. Because you cannot keep living in hate like you, and it can't be funny to getting someone sick because we all one. That's why I'm working on a series of where we can share these same mentalities where, let's say, you think things are not connected and go and consciously choose to specifically that you are sharing the germs and you choose to do it. And then that handshake continues where you go back and affect you. Why? Because someone shake the hand of someone where you go eat and then that same hand come in and serve you and return those germs back. Or the same hands you shake someone who work in a restaurant that serves someone. You see what I mean? Like your lawyer, for instance. And then you got in trouble and then the only thing that you need is your lawyer. And then that lawyer shook the hand of the one who served, shook your hand without even knowing that. And then that lawyer got sick and cannot even come and represent you and get you out of jail for the moment. Know that, but it was your fault. You see what I'm saying? And that's what this cartoons being series will be about, is to extend the connectivity of us all. You see how division is an illusion. You see, and you will have all on VTV studios or channel on YouTube and stuff like that. The thing is, do subscribe so that you may, be, a part of this or something like that. And we're not thinking about money or whatever, blah, 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 but it's just we are being, we are creating, we are just doing what we love. You see what I'm saying? So, the thing is like, work, the more it will make us feel better to continue or whatever. See what I'm saying? And of course, whatever come with that, then it is only a byproduct of what we do. You see what I'm saying? It's not the main goal, something like that. So is to live, is to enjoy life, is to enjoy what you do, and that's it. See? So that's what it is. And now we are more than thankful for having trusting, uh, you know, great mother, the ancestors and all, and stuff like this, because to the you know, being on the platform for so long and being with all these type of creation day in and day out and stuff like this, we have learned so much on how to maintain a channel and how to do this and from experience and stuff like that, and even attending seminars and taking classes when it be or whatever, all the hours and the times we put into, you know, bettering our craft and stuff like that. So now we may be able to share that back to those who follow us, those who've been believing in us and stuff. We want them to understand that, you know, if they up their channels and up their games and stuff like this, we are here and able with all the necessary tools and expertise, you know, to help you with making a beautiful channel and stuff like this, and share your uniqueness and share your creation or your creativity. You see what I mean? We are able to embed multimedia production to work and show for your channel and outro and guiding you through the whole process, something like this. And also shout out to YouTube creators channel and all those who keep us up to date and sharing the uniqueness and the expertise. More and more we are loving these young ones, you know, because they are just living passionately and they love what they do. They enjoy themselves. Through their eyes and stuff like this, we may put a smile on our, you know, faces. So each one teach one, and each one look out for the other also, and be mindful of one another, and more specifically of yourself and stuff like this. Things that you used to overlook, now it's time to pay attention to that. You see, I mean, being a better human being takes less than we think. You see, sometimes since we are coming from a corporate mindset, everyone being child of property and government being boss and whatever, you know, we belittle leadership so that he can fit, you know, or something like this, so we can manage it better. Corporate mindset that needs to be. You see what I mean? So that's what it is. So the thing is, like, you see, it's you know, we hope that every leaders of spirituality, you know, do share simple things with their, you know, followers and things like this, and speaking on things that matter most, you see, which is how to be better neighbors and better youth and to one another and stuff like this, you see, and be mindful of one another and not just be bots and just moving about, you know what I'm saying? And even the robots, like Sister Osset, you know, last band was so powerful, and I enjoy listening to her so much. And she was talking about that consciousness is more than what we're talking about. Consciousness is more than what we say organic or inorganic. Consciousness is consciousness. And listening to her, I even check myself most of the time, because of course I was under the illusion that, okay, robots may be less than who we are or something like this. But it is worth sharing as well, because these are the simple truth that we need to hear at the moment. See, because it is factual, it is part of our projected realities or something like this. You see us right on point and on time. You see? So that's what it is. And you see, it is so true. So what else? It's like we say. Anyway, when we say these things, like trusting and this and that, whatever, of course we are open to listen. We are aware that if the people are sick, of course that's gonna be part of the agendas or whatever that are also sick. But these are everything that is sick from the outcome of ourselves being and stuff like this. It's coming as a solution to who we are for the moment. But of course, there may not need to be things like shaping the human being and vaccinating the human being if there's a change within the human being. You see what I'm saying? That's why we seek not to tame the government and what they need to do. Moving forward, we see that we need to tame ourselves. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is like because the government itself is only doing what it's supposed to do, managing the energies. You see what I mean? If it is a toxic energy, of course, the more we have to take away, the more freedom needs to be taken away because the human being, like we say, is such a powerful being that if its mindset is not in alignment with who it is, stuff like this, then something like this. But we cannot seek to tame the government and remain the same. See, except that we're gonna take the seats and thinking we're gonna do something, realize we could. And then whoever would take off the seat gonna laugh because they knew what we are getting into. They're like, oh, you think you can control these monkeys? All right, come, take them. And this is why you see this. That's why now many people who wanted to be loud and acting like they're ready to lead the world or something, they are really in their seats at the moment. They're really sitting back and chilling and hoping and like everyone else. Why? Because at the moment, once the crisis, that's when you're going to prove, are you able really to lead anything, even yourself? You see? Because just because things are smooth is all good, you're ready for anything. But things are not always smooth. So anyone can be a leader when things are at peace and vibrating properly and everything's smooth and stuff like that. But true leadership is when there's something tough to come. And right now everybody's looking up to the government. And this is the reality. You see, what do we do? Oh, look, blaming the government. Look, you're not even doing anything, blah, blah, blah. So that's why you have to understand. It's like, okay, is it the best thing to do to make the government an enemy? Because when in reality you do depend on the government or something like this. Our job is not to tell you what to do, it's to show you what you're doing and help you think about what you're doing so that you can be aware of your actions and stuff like this. And it's not only you, it is also the government because the government is from the people, by the people, for the people. It is the people. You see what I'm saying? It is when you see there's no disconnection. When you take your body, if you cannot understand, it's your body, you will find the arms with many fingers, the legs with many toes and stuff, and then the chest area, the gut area, the shoulders, and the head. And government is what the head is, you see? It's just the head in the body. It's part of the body. It's not separate from the body. So when you blaming government, cursing government, want to kill government, it's literally taking a knife and trying to cut your own head off. You see, because you're in the illusion of separation. Nothing is connected. I am not the government. They're not like me. I'm not like them. That's not a good way to think. You see, it doesn't matter how you feel. The reality, you must be will. You see, you have to have some sense of willness. Like, you see, it has to be will. You see, it cannot be just dream or something. Yes, it is the dream of everyone to be seen as a leader. It is a dream of everyone to be seen as bigger than they are. It is, you see what I mean? But at time it may work. You dream all day if you want when it's the time, whatever. But you have to know what you do. You see, and this is the reason why we realize nothing needs to be changed. Everything is because they need to see. So the best change that needs to be done is when we choose to change our own selves. You see what I'm saying? Be better in the world, evolve, go up the ladder of evolution, and being back and be a better human being. Because like the ancient wise ones in the say, there's nothing beyond the light. See, if you seek to go on vacation, seek to experience and whatever, you have to be within the light. So life is beautiful. For you to be seeking to go out of life, I mean, you can choose to, but what's the point? See, because you create this for the specific reason to enjoy yourself. When we say enjoy yourself, it's not just go to a party and have fun. It's to meet yourselves and enjoy who you are, the different aspects of self, whether it is water, whether it is the trees, whether it is whatever, it's all self. So as you are going out there, you're not going out there to put it on Facebook to say, look where I've been or whatever. But the main thing for the new day is to just go at it, not to show people you travel or whatever, but it is only to experiences. You know what I mean? That's really what life is about. You see, anything else really don't matter. See, so the best thing is to, it's not easy. I had to tame myself, understand that, okay, the government is not in the easiest place. It's not easy for the government. You see, it's not easy for the people that are doing, because as we are out there doing what we do, enjoying whatever, if we see them, every time they try to enjoy a little something by calling a little escort or whatever, the news get on it. I can't help but feeling for them, you see, because they're human beings too. Fuck the money, really, when you think about it. Like, they need to live, so what's the point of getting paid when you can't even enjoy the fucking money? You see what I'm saying? Every time they try to act like regular human beings, they get in trouble for it. So they're not in an easy spot, you see? So that's what it is, to want to be the head. That's why it's always said, the crown is heavy. Everyone wants to wear, but it will consume you. You're not really made out of the proper cloth to be wearing such. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I seek to tame myself, you see, and see, okay, those in government, it's not an easy job, specifically when you are dealing with human beings. They have a choice. They have rights, they have this, they have that, or whatever. You see what I mean? So, what do? You see? So, put myself in their shoes. See? I'm already in the shoes of the 99%. But the leaders of us, or something like that, I had to put myself in their shoes. That's why I had to understand why, things were the way they were. Like, nations becoming corporations, whatever. There was a reason, it was a conscious decision to make things. You see what I mean? So, but of course, it may not have been, the best thing or whatever. You see, but it is something. You see, now to think, is it something we need to completely disregard, or is it something that we have to understand? Its boundaries and things like this, and what needs to be added onto it in order to make it whole. But of course, there is the constitutions, there is all these things already that are whole. You see that able to manage thus far. You see. So the thing is like basically is it all starts with self. That's why you're finding your voice of the blamer, calling the government out or doing this, doing that. I seek to understand instead. Like, okay, try to see what's happened. And I realized that, I couldn't help but focus on who the human being is at its core. I had to fall on that, and focus whether we are seeing them as toxic or whatever. So then, who are they truly, in essence? You see, and once you recognize who they are in essence and who we are in essence, then we can only move next to how did we get this way, and then go from there. You see, but only compassion could have done such thing, and which is why we were the voice of love. We wanted to focus on love. We're not gonna be arrogant to say we were the only one. Of course, obviously there were some great artists out there. You see, shout out to those who speak of love from beyond intimacy, from beyond sex, or something like that. Those who spoke of love as humanitarian or something, as a vibration, like what's her name, Celine Dion and Seal, many, you see, who speak of love like in a way to make you think about yourself and stuff like that. Not just loving on your woman or sucking your man's spewing. That's not the level we're talking about. You see what I'm saying? But, just speaking about the essence of love, the potential, the power. You see? And then no wonder why I love these artists and I listen to them. Because in my heart, love always, dwells and stuff like that. That's why I cannot say, I'm the only one that, these people have been speaking on love for the longest. To the point where I never used to pay attention to what they're saying up to now, that I'm conscious about love. You see? And then anyone who speak of it, I pay mind. Like, let me hear. Pay attention. And then I'm realizing that they were ahead of the time. But time, love is beyond time. Of course, it's not even ahead of, it's just time itself. It is what it is. It is, whatever. You see what I mean? Like we promised that we didn't want to make this long, whatever. Except that it would have been a great thing if we could share that song with you and stuff like that. It's what would I say? The song, but we couldn't do it. But that's what it is. It is a song with Bryan Adams. Try to, let us try to share the link. For those who don't know that song, they may listen to it. Here I am. This is me. There's nowhere else on earth I'd rather be. Here I am, just me and you. Tonight we make our dreams come true. It's a new world, it's a new start. It's alive with the beating of young hearts. It's a new day, it's a new plan, and it's waiting for you. Here I am. Forgive the ugly voice for now. But as you can see, the lyrics are very powerful. I've been speaking in the voice and I didn't drink any voice. It's kind of dry. And, this brother, it's not easy to be in Bryan's shoes and sing. Here we are. We've just begun. And after all this time, our time has come. Here we are, still going strong, and in the place where we belong. It's a new world, it's a new start. It's alive with the beating of young hearts. It's a new day, it's a new plan, and it's waiting for you. Here we are. Okay, he says, here I am. Well, I say, here we are. But it's YouTube cannot strike me from my own voice, of course. So I really wish I could have shared it instead of you having to listen to that ugly ass voice. But we don't want to get stricken, as we said. But the song is well fitting for the talk today. And we're not saying this is the last time we have to talk about this. Hashe, 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 333. You see what I mean? Of course, we will speak on that. I mean, noonday, and it all starts with the talk, you see? So, of course, we're going to make sure, to try, to do our best and be there for ourselves and our people, you see? And sharing each other's perspectives and thoughts and stuff like that, you see? And, but we just want you to know that you are safe. It's a new day. It is what you make it. If you choose to focus, like Stephen say, on the negative of things and the dying of the world, then this is what you shall experience. But if you choose to focus on the birth day, a new earth, a new life, then this is also what you should experience. Yes, in the new birth, there's gonna be some nastiness. Yes, when you see a child come into the world, you hear screams, you hear, you see, you see, placenta, you see, embryonic fluid, you see amniotic fluid, you see all sorts of madness, you see. Even some fathers even pass out when they look at that. You see what I mean? That's the potential of birth, you see. So the thing is, even to the point where mothers at times, may die. It's giving birth to a new life or something like that. So it is that powerful. But of course, hold each other's hands, love one another. Like we always say in the word of Sister Helen Little, you can always choose kindness. And now it is the time, you see, that we consciously choose kindness, dealing with one another. Yes, we don't have to make it weird, like come in people's face and smile for no reason if we don't want to. Like myself, like I say, it's another point I need to share is that I may be on the street, I look at people, smile, but we cannot, smiling takes a lot of work, a lot of muscles to bring a smile about. It can really hurt your face. Of course, you're gonna have the best facial, features when you smile a lot. That's one perk of that. You see, but it can take a toll on your face too at times. The pain that comes with muscle workout. You see. So when we don't wanna smile, we put our heads down at times because we don't wanna. Because the minute we lock eyes with people, we find it weird not to share a smile. You see, because you see a version of yourself. You see another human being. It's a beautiful thing to behold. You see, so that's why we smile. We can't help it, because what we truly want to do is to chomp and kiss, you see. But we held ourselves back and give the least, which is a smile. And when we don't do that for not only for ourselves, but also because we don't want others to feel like they need to force that on themselves. It is okay also, but if you're not willing to smile, it's best to not look at anyone's eyes. Because if you look at someone's eyes, then what else are you looking for? See what I'm saying? What is it your business to even see someone else's face or eyes if you're not going to share a smile? You see what I mean? That's why most of the time we just not smile, we walk around and stuff like this. People look, we can't help but seeing how creepy it looks when someone just look at your face and just with a dead face, like no expression whatsoever. It's weird, you see? We don't have to make things weird for each other. We need to smile at the same time. No need to look at anyone else. So you can focus on your path, focus on your way. Try not to step on some dog shit or something. You see what I'm saying? That's the thing. But sometimes, like we say, if you don't want to smile, you don't have to. Because that doesn't mean you're not loving. See? It may look weird. It just look weird when you look at someone and then just see, it's weird. You see? So that's what it is. Let's not make things weird. And of course, our job is not to go and keep hugging, whatever, because we have to give people space. We have to understand that they may be going through some things, and the best they want from you is distance at the moment. So unless it is invited, so you should not just do things, because even love can be toxic at times if it's not coming from the from authenticity. Like if your mind is too involved, like I'm gonna love today. You see, like the mind is looking for ways to love or something. It can get very weird. But if it is natural, authentic, whatever, it's always gonna know when and what to do and how to do it and stuff like that. No need to be told. You see? So be authentic. You see? So it's a beautiful thing. It's nothing beautiful when you recognize the human being and knowing that you are sharing. You know what I mean? That's corporate thinking. Yes. But spirituality, leaders themselves, they must be beyond that. They must now, fresh mind, fresh start, a fresh heart, like the song say. You have to do things not by regurgitating what you're told in the corporate world, but as you see fit. You are now the creators of the new world. But if you're not in the capacity, it is going to be obvious and apparent. But repeating the same patterns of the corporate is really not going to serve much. That's why we don't need many of you to lead the spirit, to the highest heights or something. But those, the few that we need, the voices, you see, we need them to be aware of their powers and their potentials and, their freedom, you see, whatever. I hope you understand. So, thank you. Like we promised with you, we will always do our best to, say what needs to be said and, bring things where it needs to be. We don't expect everyone to understand what we say, but of course in time they will come to understanding, which is why we don't worry or whatever. That's why it's very important for those who take on the role of leaders, to not worry much about reputation and worry about ridicule and whatever, because it's all part of the process. And also not to worry about being focusing on self-worth and building wealth for self, or trying to safeguard self, whatever. It is very important to think about your being everything instead of needing something for very specific reason. And with that gift of understanding, it comes with the curse of the many who may see you in a different light, like you're stupid. Look, you don't have, if you knew all this and you imagined, like, what do you have to show for it? All this slick talk of the lower minds and stuff like that may get you to question yourself. You see, you must understand that's where it's coming from. You see, it shouldn't faze you. It is not potential. It is, though it holds potential based on what your mind gives it. You see what I mean? But it's all from you see. But it's just coming from a place that is not capable of seeing the potential of the being, but what the being has, you see. Power from corporate thinking comes from what you gather of the world, the source of the world, take away from the world. But power from spirituality is much different. It is strictly from the being itself. It has nothing to do with what's surrounded. You see what I'm saying? So, and it is made that way. The more you evolve, the more you will understand why it's that way. And why is it that way? Specifically, simply, it's because the path to evolution couldn't be like, or the path to such power shouldn't be much, easy and, attractive. Because ego goes with attraction. If it is attractive, ego is gonna go with it. And ego is not capable of being a master. So that's why it's not gonna be made attractive to a mind who seeks validation outside of itself. see, for a very good reason. Because the power that lies in the end of that road is too powerful for someone not capable, you see, to deal with such, you see. So that's why most people will stay away from such path because they cannot see what it brings to them. Okay, I can get famous with that, I cannot get rich with that, I can get, they are really mistaken, but you know, it's just what it is. It's because it's self-gratification and self-worth. See? So, too powerful for someone without that substance, that essence already within. See? I mean, it is within, but in the mind, the conscious mind. You see what I'm saying? So, he has to be the conscious, the subconscious, he has to be the part of the already. See? And which is why there's really no need to worry about those. And the ones, you see, like I said, who are feeling certain way, like lost or whatever, if you have your platform, if you have talents, whatever, get with us, you see. Of course, we may have not focused on making ourselves the best in the game because there's a better game to worry about. But we have the proper tools and the proper expertise to help you, put yourself on the proper level to feel better about your craft and sharing your gift and stuff like that. So feel free to get with us if you have anything you feel like you have to offer. If you have anything you need the platform to share to others, now is the time. We are always open. And for those who are already with us, they are getting what they need. See, but is that to trust? Trust is very important in a relationship, even in business, even in the corporate world. If you take me on as one to guide you and to help you with, like, your gift and talents and how to put certain things together can help with that, you have to be able to trust what I'm saying, because I may be seeing certain things that you're not seeing. So of course, it's always a talk, a debate, and with a conversation. You have your voice, and we listen to you, and we share each other's, thoughts and stuff like that. But in the end, you have to learn to trust. You see, because for the one who's helping, there is already a picture, full picture, with all the steps to take towards creating or fulfilling that picture or something like that. So if some of those steps may not make sense to the listener or whatever, but you need to trust. See? So it is the part of even the corporate aspect of life, you see? So we thank you. As you can see, no breaks whatsoever. We are dried in the throat, which is the worst time to be dry because there may be a biological virus, and that's not a good thing according to the experts to have dry throat, in such time. So thank God we come to the end of our, and we are, love is not afraid to make a fool of itself. So we have sung, shared beautiful thoughts, and of course we shared the link in the chat for those who may care to listen to that beautiful song. And indeed, all credit to the creators and the singer Brian Adams. Shout out and thank you for such a beautiful song. And it's well fitting today, and you were ahead of your time. And thank you, everyone. This is the end, and it's always sad to go. All right. And what I say, it's what it is. Thank you once again. Live, love, laugh, and most importantly, learn. And when toxicity comes your way, remember to sprinkle some love on See? So thank you, your brother Lad. Until next time, wholeness.
Never thought this could feel so good. Now I see freedom inside of me. Freedom. Ocean breeze, freedom. Sand I see is freedom. Looking high, all I see is freedom. What are we fighting for after all? What are we fighting for after all? Freedom. Now I know. Freedom. Never thought this could feel so good, but it feels so good. From my pain, freedom. From my pain, freedom. From my suffering, I got freedom. Lying down, clear a pathway where my thought forms can't control me.